What's up my friends and welcome back to the channel. In today's video I'm going to be giving you 9 tips for beginner runners for how to get started with your running. If you've been running for a little bit or it's something that you want to start, you just need that push, follow the next 9 tips and it will ease you into it, and before you know it, it'll be a habit that you love. Tip number 1, just get started. Getting started is the most difficult part. Making that decision to get out the door is the hardest part of the entire run. Once you're out there, things get easier. Don't get too caught up with future goals or how far you're going to run, like running a 5K. Forget about that. Just get out there for a small amount of time in the beginning. 10 minutes is a great place to start. Build your fitness gradually. Tip number 2, run slow. A lot of people in the beginning just run way too fast. And it's because when you were a kid, you probably did a lot of sprinting. You wanted to get from A to B as quick as you can. Perhaps your only running experiences with sports. So if you're chasing a ball, you're going to be running a lot faster for shorter intervals. When you're getting started with running, the goal is to get out and sustain an effort over time. The faster you run, the less amount of time you're going to be able to hold on to that pace. So run easy. In the beginning, you are going to be running very slow, and that's okay. But I want you to start running at a conversational pace. That is, I want you to run easy enough that you can still have a conversation if someone were next to you. And if you can talk, it means that your heart rate is low enough that you are putting out a sustainable effort. It's also going to be a lot more comfortable. And if we're comfortable in a habit, it's one that we're likely to continue with. Tip number 3, get fitted for running shoes. While running is a very simple sport, having a pair of shoes dedicated just to running is a great motivator. If this is your first pair of running shoes, I recommend going to a specialty running shop to get properly fitted. Having proper fitting running shoes is going to make your running so much better. It's going to remove any discomfort and you're going to get the right pair of shoes for you. Also, a nice new pair of running kicks can be the perfect motivator to help you get out the door. Tip number 4 is to rest. Guys, I encourage you to rest. Now, in the beginning, if you get out there, you are going to see some huge improvements very quickly with your running. But I encourage you to take at least a day off between your runs, especially in the very beginning, especially in the first couple of months. You're building fitness that you want to sustain over a long time. This is ideally a lifetime habit. So there is no point rushing it. Build that fitness gradually, and A, you'll be more likely to continue with it, and B, you'll be less likely to get a sports-related injury. Now, as I said, when you start off, you're going to see some pretty impressive gains. You're going to be able to run faster very quickly, and that's because your aerobic system gets fitter at a lot faster rate than your musculoskeletal system. You're going to be able to put out more of an effort without it feeling like an effort. So even though you might find yourself not out of breath after a run, your body is still taking that pounding from the running. It takes time to build strength in muscles, tendons, and ligaments. Do yourself a favor and treat rest as a priority. Tip number 5, mix up the running surfaces that you're running on. Variety is the spice of life. And if you keep running on cement or asphalt in the beginning, you may find you're feeling a little beat up. Mix it up by running on tracks, on trails, even on treadmills. Having a little variety will just make it that much easier that you continue. Number 6, don't be a slave to your watch. I know it can be fun to track all that data, to look at that data and see what you've done, see it actually right in front of you. It can be fun to see how far you've run, how fast you've run, the time you've put into your running, but it's also very easy to let that take over. It's very easy to just spend your time running, looking at your watch, trying to meet a number. In the beginning, especially in the beginning, try not to do that. Try and go out for a run without your watch. Just enjoy the run. If you have a set route around your house, just go out and run it, where your only goal is to run it easy at a conversational pace and without looking at the time, without looking at your pace. At this point in your running career, you're just trying to build your running fitness. Time, pace, speed has nothing to do with your running journey at this point. Now, I'm not telling you to throw away your watch. This is a very handy tool for progressing. Make sure you spend some time to enjoy running for actually what it is. Tip number 7, walking is okay. You are going to be able to go a lot further if you take walk breaks. There's a reason that the Galloway method of run walking is so popular. It really works. Oh, and get this, if you thought ultra runners are some special breed of runners, I guarantee you that most ultra runners spend a vast majority of their races walking. You get breaks on your running from walking. Give yourself time to calm down, to recompose, to lower your heart rate. Then when it's time to run again, you feel good, you can take off, and a lot of times you make up the time that you spent walking. Tip number 7 is take walk breaks. I'm telling you, it is a great thing and it will do great things for your running. Number 8 is to take care of your body. If no one has told you this yet, I'm telling you right now, your body's going to ache. And that's okay. It means it's getting stronger. It means you are doing something to stress it and make yourself better. But that doesn't mean you just have to take it lying down. Give yourself some TLC and stretch after your runs. Foam roll after your runs. I find that just 5 minutes of stretching after my runs, focusing on my quads, my hamstrings, my glutes, my hips, can make me feel better for the rest of the day and make my next run that much more comfortable because my body isn't tight from the previous run. Tip number 9 is to be social. Find a local running group. Find some friends that you can go out with to log the miles. Not only can it be a lot of fun sharing some miles with people, they can also hold you accountable when you really don't feel like going out. If you're meeting someone, you're more likely to not let them down. And since we've had coronavirus for like the last year and a half, everyone is going to be dying to get out there and socialize with each other. Socializing on a run is a good and fairly safe option for that. And one extra tip. I guess this is tip 10, but we're going to call it an extra tip. Don't compare yourself to others. I know this is easier said than done, especially because the last tip was just being social. You're going to be running with people. You're on your own journey. The other people are on their own journey. There will always be someone slower than you. There will always be someone that isn't running that is looking up to you, wishing they could do what you are doing. Don't spend your running career trying to be like somebody else. Everyone has different abilities, and it is absolutely irrational to think that you are going to be just like somebody else. Focus on yourself. Don't compare yourself to others. And that is the path to running happiness. All right, my friends, if you have just started running or you're thinking about getting started with your running, go ahead and let me know how it's going in the comments below. I post new running videos at least twice a week. Be kind, be happy, run well. I'll see you in a couple of days.